And joining us now for a presentation is SAP's Chetna Singh, who heads up the Global Total Rewards portfolio at SAP. Please welcome Chetna Singh.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much it's great to be here today with you. And thank you, IDEGEN, for giving me an opportunity to really share SAP's sustainable journey and how did we created a vision and really walked our talk to make an impact in people's life. So what I'm going to talk to you about is two dimensions. The first one would be our solution. How does our solution really makes the world run better with sustainability in mind? And the second one would be, how do we use our total rewards strategy to drive the sustainability agenda? So if in case you're wondering what is total rewards, is all about you in center. It's about your money. It's about your benefits. Everything. It's your health, well-being, you in center, and what makes you run healthy as well. So that's what I'm going to talk. So let me little bit share with you a little bit who am I. So I'm Chetna. I live in Germany. I have been in technology industry for more than 20 years, and I have worked in 3 continents. I have stayed in Asia for many years. I have worked in Americas, and now I'm in Germany for the last 5 years. So I've kind of seen the world with different flavors and different learnings, absolutely. And now in my role, I lead the global total rewards portfolio for around 105K employees globally. And we are a very diverse company with all nationalities and operating in more than 75 countries in the world. So that's our size. So let me share a little bit about what is SAP's purpose, because purpose is a fuel that each of us need, whether you're an individual or whether you're an enterprise. You need a propelling factor for you to really run every day. And for us, it's very simple. We help the world run better and absolutely improve people's life. And I will share a little bit how do we bring the purpose on the ground every day when our 105K employees run at their best in a very healthy and sustainable manner. So in terms of SAP, it doesn't need an introduction. And it's a market leader in enterprise application management software and technology. And it definitely helps companies run at its best. So let me share with you 3 stats which I found very, I would say, very impressive and tells a lot about how we are helping world run better. So you can see that our customers generate 87% of the total global commerce. That talks a lot, isn't it? And of course, 99 out of 100 largest company in the world are SAP customers. And the last one, which is very important, is 97 out of 100 greenest companies in the world run SAP. So that also shows sustainability in our core of what we do, and our solutions and our capabilities totally endorse our purpose and our vision. So that's about SAP. Now a little bit about our business and people scorecard, because every company is run by people, and people metrics super important in terms of our people agenda. So you can see we have around 440K customers globally, 31.2 billion revenues. We touch all industries, from retail to banking, you name any industries, and we are there. And we have around 107K employees globally. Very impressive employee retention, 96.4, which shows that attrition is super low. And for technology industry, this may not be the norm. So that talks about our culture, our capabilities, and how we let our employees empower our employees to run at their best. And our employee engagement is around 80%. We do good in diversity stat, 35% women in workforce. And you can see that in management, we have around 29.9. So women like me, there are people who are in the management layer of SAP. And we keep winning a lot of employer awards across different countries we operate. So I hope this gives you a little bit glimpse of who we are, what is our purpose, and now I'll switch my gears to the sustainability, because that's the topic today. And I will show you two-dimension view with very concrete examples that shows that, you can have great commitments, but if you're not translating into actions, you will not get there where you want to go. So today I'm here to talk about some of the actions that we have taken, and absolutely, like each of us, we have a lot of opportunities together. So here, I will share a little bit of our journey in terms of the recognition we get, and then get to the action. So you could see that in 2024, SAP was named one of the world's most sustainable companies by Time Magazine. And here are some other recognition. You could see that 16 years in a row, we have been recognized for sustainability efforts. We have been recognized by Gartner, IDC, and we are doing very impressive when it comes to sustainability dimensions. And our software, our technology, our business processes, it all helps to run a greener company. It helps our customers to track their green ledger in a very tangible manner. And that's the power SAP brings on the table when sustainability is talked about. So here, now, what is our differentiator? So I like to use two words, which is very beautiful, because you need to be exemplar and an enabler. When I say exemplar, you need to drink your own wine, right? To do the action in your own house before you get out of your house and tell others to do. So this is where the combination of exemplar and enabler works hand in hand. And with this kind of approach, definitely we aim to create very positive economic, environment, and social impact within the planet. So that's what we are. Now I'll talk about what do we do, how do we run being an exemplar, and how do we run being an enabler, and very concrete, some examples that gives you or possibly paints a picture of how SAP is moving the agenda here. So you can see in terms of our journey to net zero, we have a strategy. We talk about zero emission, zero waste, and zero inequality. And this is what is so close to our heart. And you can see that in zero emission, we have achieved our target of carbon neutrality in our own operation in 2023. So we have a target, and 2023 we have achieved it. Zero waste, we have 93% of the equipment reused or recycled. And I'll give you two examples. So we have achieved 80% of reduced paper usage. And how did we do that? The best example that I can share from amongst other effort was we went paperless by introducing DocuSign. So every paper is, now we don't have those paper, big contracts and all, everything is online, everything is a digital version of it. That reduced our paper wastage by 80%, water wastage by 23%, and these are real, like hard stats. And how did we do that? So let's look at SAP. We are not in an operation where water usage is our norm, but definitely we do use water. So couple of examples. What we did, so if you look at SAP, we have a lot of data centers, right, outside our headquarters where we take a lot of data of different companies and we keep it. So data centers has like huge stack of servers, and you could really make it efficient by using a technology that is all about water evaporation and so on. So that all efforts and of course use of right usage of water in our offices around the world, we have reduced the water usage by 23%. So it's all this concrete action that is giving us making us closer to our commitment. And the third one is zero inequality. So we keep health and well-being of our employees in center. We are very passionate about total well-being. When we say that, it means your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. We have programs that drive employees or empower employees to run it at their best. D&I is a very strategic pillar in whatever we do, because the world is full of diversity, right? And it's about embracing diversity and taking it to the next level. That's where the best synergy happens, because imagine a world where there was a very less space for cognitive diversity. How did we get the best brain working on a problem? And that's the power of diversity and inclusion, because recognizing diversity is one step, but inclusion is the next step that brings this agenda into play. So that's what we do. And of course, a lot of CSR activities in terms of social impact, in terms of ensuring that we are committed to the sustainability effort. And one of such effort is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And SAP, we are focusing on 8, which totally makes sense. So you can see that the 8 are listed here, and those are the one we are really committed, like climate, like diversity and inclusion, sustainable efforts. So those are the kind of United Nations sustainable goal that SAP has chosen, and we are focusing on it. So that's there. And now I will talk about rewards agenda, because that's my role. I lead the global portfolio. So how do we bake a big strategic vision of making a world very sustainable, embedded in its business strategy, and from business strategy, different people strategy. And one of the strategies is total reward strategy, which is all about, your career, your money, your wealth, your mental well-being, end-to-end, your development, and so on. So let me share with you very tangible example of total rewards portfolio and how do we really make it happen. So let me start with the salary, right? Everybody understands what salary, compensation, right? Because we all need our bills to be paid. We all need our dreams and ambitions to be fulfilled. So we need money for that. So that's very important as well, compensation. So here we are very passionate about fair pay curves, which means that you are paid with respect to the value you bring on the table, your performance, your impact, and you're paid equitable, which is very, very important. I believe I have never seen anybody till now who can say that they don't want to be treated fairly and equitably, right? In any organization you work, it is a very fundamental human aspect. And that's where SAP is very committed about. So we have our salary system and our programs, which is very fair, bias-free. We give equal opportunities to people, irrespective of gender, sex, age, culture, whatever you call it. That's why we are so diverse. And when I say the fair pay, it basically means that you are paid with respect to the job worth and the value you bring on the table along with your impact and contribution. That's fair pay. So we have been recognized by Josh Bershin as a leading players in bringing fair pay in action on the ground, the way we run our systems. And this is a very, very sensitive topic, right? Compensation is always very, I would say, a topic that people definitely care. I'm not saying that's the only reason we work, right? We work for our self-actualization and growth as well, but money also plays a role. That's one. In terms of, you can see in bonuses and short-term and long-term bonuses for our executive board, we have ESG targets in their goals. Zero emissions, employee engagement, women in workforce. These are also part of the compensation system. And in future, we also envision that some of the very hardcore ESG metrics will be imbibed in the in the senior management level as well. So that's our commitment in terms of short-term and long-term incentives. And let's take the example of recognition. So recognition is very, very important because everybody wants to be recognized when you do a great job. And in SAP, what we did, we have a recognition program. If you did something out and beyond your duties, you're recognized by your leader or somebody in cross teams. And what we are doing is that we are giving options to our employee that, you have this recognition award. If you want, you can do a donation of it. So you give a more, I would say, you take the rewards to a different level altogether. Another example would be we have our like the most premium innovation recognition program in SAP, where you are recognized for your brilliance in any innovation. It could be any field. And there, what we are saying is we are bringing another flavor of CSR into it. So we are saying that, hey, team, you won the innovation award. Now SAP will give you funding to match a charity or contribution in any NGO of your choice. So that is taking it to a different level altogether. And we believe that our innovators will definitely like this idea because it's liberating it to a totally different cause altogether. So that's the example of recognition. And you can see that in all this program, we are baking sustainability as a DNA. It may not, sometimes it's latent, sometimes it's dominant, and you need to bring the narrative back to the people why we are doing it. And now the last one, very important, benefits, total well-being. This is super important because nobody can run every day with same efficiency if you're not healthy, if you're not empowered to do things at your best. You need that culture of care and empathy. You need the programs that take care of you and your family in tough, good, or great times, right? You need that kind of program. So that is the power of benefits, giving a flexible benefits program that meets the need of very unique individual, making you stay healthy and making you run at your best. Another one would be social responsibility. We have a lot of community engagement. We also give our employee volunteer leaves. You can take and do the volunteering. That is, again, doing your bit in the corporate social responsibility. And then the last one is the environmental impact, where we have things to really extend when you reduce the carbon footprint in the universe. So you can see that here is our journey of sustainability as exemplar. And it doesn't need, I would say, it starts with the thinking, it starts with the vision, and then different leaders can bake it in the strategy. You need to make a beginning, and it will never be perfect, but it's a step forward. And that's what we have purposefully done. Whenever we are designing the program, we are looking from the lens of, for example, diversity and inclusion, from the lens of sustainability. And if that conscious thinking happens, then the actions start meeting the vision. And that's what in SAP we are very passionate about. And this sustainability topic is must to have, is an imperative, because we all have a responsibility to leave a beautiful world for our next generation. And I have a son, like 19 years old, and sometimes he keeps reminding me of sustainable practices that we need to do in our own house, right? Because everybody needs to do your bit as well. And I feel very blessed when I see that a generation younger to me already has this DNA. And I was earlier hearing the MUN conversation, and my son used to be in MUN as well. And I heard those thoughts and those little bit, whatever I could hear, I could see that DNA and the chip is already there in the next generation, which is a great news, because the next generation is going to move the world agenda and taking all of us to the next level. So that's about being an exemplar, how you drive sustainability in your core people strategy or business strategy. And I just gave you an example from total rewards. Let's take an example from recruitment. In recruitment, if you use AI and technology, you are cutting the biases at a very earlier stage, and that's the beauty of fostering the D&I agenda through the AI technology in recruitment space. So there are so many examples of that, how your software and technology can drive a sustainable agenda. And you just need to look into what is the underlying theme or the mandate or the outcome you're drawing via your different strategy. And this is to me what brings the magic when that thought process is baked in different strategies. And this is our journey as an enabler. So you could see that our solutions and our sustainability solution really help companies to be a sustainable enterprise. We are helping them to run green ledgers. We are giving them insights into their business processes and the way they run their business. And we map it to say whether you're sustainable or not. What is your carbon footprint? If this is your value chain from A to B, where is it where you could really do good in your green ledger? So imagine the power of technology. If technology is giving those nudges, those analytics, those insights to the world's biggest companies in the world, you can imagine that a lot of things can be controlled at a very right time. And this is the power of our role as an enabler, because we have the power of our solutions that we give to our customers, help them to run greener. And it is all through what you see here. There are, you can click a button, you can see how your green ledger looks like. Are your processes really running efficiently? How much carbon footprint you're living when you run a process from A to B, from point A to point B. And this is what SAP does a great job in terms of running the green ledger. So that's our role as an enabler. So I was here to share with you a little bit our role as an exemplar by drinking our own wine. And I showed you an example of total rewards as one of the people function. And this is our business solution and strategy that propels the agenda of sustainability for the world. So this is what I wanted to show. And now I wanted to show you the Coldplay example. This is another very creative example. So Coldplay came to us, to SAP, and said that, hey, can you help us to design an apps? Because when we do shows in different cities and places, people are traveling to attend our shows, and of course, they're leaving huge carbon footprint. So SAP developed software for them where they could track all this, and that also helped to really relieve the carbon footprint. So let me play a video where you will see how did this work. And it's a very beautiful example of the creativity, and I think it's a great, great call out by the music group like Coldplay, who also believes that they are equally responsible for driving sustainability agenda, because sustainability agenda is not only one person job, it's a collective of efforts for all of us in the planet to keep our planet peaceful, green, and healthy for us and for our generations to come. So let me show you this video because this is beautiful. Oh, sorry, I have to play this.
We've tried to put sustainability at the center of this tour because it just feels like the only option. We're really excited about all of the things that we have in the show right now. That's kinetic flooring, which makes power when you jump on it. These bicycles that anyone can get on at any point in the show and pedal, and it creates power. And our wristbands are made out of plant-based stuff. And we're also really excited about the things which we don't know about yet. It's been a true joy to work with SAP. I think what's so nice is the shared belief system, specifically in this case, putting the environment at the center of everything we do.
When we started the discussions with the band, they expressed a wish to run a more sustainable tour. And actually after a minute we figured out, hey, with their wish and our technology, this is the perfect match.
There's lots of unique content that can only be unlocked through the app. There's photos and videos and live streams and AR interactive stuff. It helps you to become part of the environmental side of the show by looking at the cleanest and greenest way that you can get to the concert and home again and work out how to offset those emissions.
Knowing the impact that your travel is going to make and that you have other ways, because sometimes we just think, I'm going to take an Uber because it's easier. But no, like we calculated today and the Uber was the same time as if we walked.
Let's team up to make this tour as sustainable as possible. This is SAP, this is our commitment.
So I hope you saw this a great example of, the realization that a music tour can have such a big impact on a carbon footprint, and with leveraging technology, you can make a difference. So I will just close with one thought, which is one of my favorite. It's for everything we do. It's not only sustainability that not all of us have to engage in great, grand, heroic actions. Even if we take small acts and imagine the amplifying effect it has if each of us take this small realization and action in terms of transforming the world. So this one, I believe, is a great way to see sustainability from each of us, our lens and our role as a person in this planet, and make the planet green, healthy, and sustainable through the work we do every day and every small actions we can take. So that's what I had to share. Thank you so much for having me, and I believe that you could see that how enterprise can play a beautiful role in driving sustainability agenda. So let's be in this together. Thank you.